Hello, everyone. So hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us at this online seminar. Today, we're joined by Marjan, who is here to share her story. So thank you so much for joining us. And it was a really good seminar to put in at Easter, I think. So I will pass on the word to Marjan. Perhaps you can start by telling yourself a little bit about this.
Hello, happy Easter first. I am Marjan. I'm from Iran. I studied in Iran for 14 years and worked for 20 years. And my last official job was working in a medical laboratory. I had an almost good life and was financially comfortable until due to ideological, religious, and political difference with a large part of society where I lived and forcing myself and my family to stay safe, I had to leave Iran. A bit louder. Okay, that was good. Or again?
No, it's good, just a bit louder.
And what was it like that?
Okay, very good. I continue? Okay. I have to speak about the problem of asylum seeker in Greece and in Turkish and in another country. And an asylum seeker from the time he leaves his country step on irreversible path. They usually escape death and destruction in the hope of finding a safe and threatens them in return hunger, cold, heat, illness, hatred, fascism, and even death. But none of them they can return to where they left off. If they could, they would never leave their homeland, relatives, and dependencies. We escape death, but are unaware that we may take refuge in hell. Continue. And I want to speak about the women refugees. Women are the most vulnerable members of asylum seekers, even more so than children, because parents care for and support children, and men are strong enough to endure hardship. But women asylum seekers are really helpless and tired, haven't tedious daily work in the camps, such as washing clothes and dishes and cooking in a very bad situation. Without staff and childcare with problems such as gender discrimination and gender insecurity in the unsafe environment of the camps. They are sad about them and their family by men, but for fear of their families, they don't speak out and try to keep everything secret, because if they say to there are roles and in the camp for there is no support for women or even all people, and of course this is due to the overcrowding of the camps. Most refugees women suffer severe physiological damage that I think will never be cured. And I want to speak about my religion and my story in the Moria camp. Due to the lack of space, all nationalities and religions are forced to live together in tents and isobox. And this is very difficult for religious minorities, such as the Christians. Most of the population of the camps are Muslims, and in Islam, changing religions is a great crime, and punishment is death. And unfortunately, the Muslim populations of the camp thinks that the persecution of new Christians is reward and makes them return to Islam. Unfortunately, I also fell victim to this idea. And a hard-nosed Afro-Muslim who live in a shared isobox and repeatedly warned me about having a Bible there and going to church, because he thought my presence with them would make them unlucky. He attacked me and he broke my hand with the stick wood. I went to the Moria police and asked them for help, but they told me they could not do anything to keep me safe. That time in the middle of winter in a small tent, we were left in the forest without pallets. Pallets is a wood under the tents. And sometimes in the tent of my Christ friends for help with all my being, and miraculously I meet a boy named Amir. He introduced us. He took me to his house for a month and took care of us until my hand was well. Then he introduced us to Mr. Michalis from Stand By Me. And with his help, we were transferred a house in the city, ΜΥΤΙΛΗΝΗΣ. And then with the help of good Iranians from the United States and Mr. Michalis, we were able to move about 40 Christians, Iranians from the camps to the homes of the city. The greatest miracle of Jesus Christ in our life has a refugee. It was my story in Moria and in Lesvos. I hope in future we can find a good life with my family, with my son. My son can study, and we can find a good job, and we can continue my life.
Thank you so much, Marjan, for going through that. You said that to be a woman in many ways can be even more difficult than a child. Can you explain more about that?
Yes, the child.
You have to unmute. So now you push the button. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the children care with their parents, and the woman care the children, but the woman is alone in the camp because don't have security, don't have any bad. They have a bad situation. They can't go to the toilet in the night. They can't go to bathroom, a clean bathroom. They can't make food on the oven or a stove. They have to cook on the fire. Was very bad situation in the camps. Same, the children to be sick doesn't have enough doctor and pharmacy for them, and all woman is very worried about their children for the care and save them. And study children. A lot of women is worried about the study their children because they don't have a school, they don't have class for learn the language, learn the math, learn the another things. They don't have enough clothes, enough food, enough space for play. It's very, very bad situation for them, and the woman is very worried about all things.
Perhaps you can walk us through what a full day includes from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed.
When we came to here, we was very hope our future is get good, but every time, every day was bad. Get bad, worse the last. Excuse me, I can't speak very well English.
No, it's very good. You got it.
Yeah. But we hope always maybe to be good.
So how long have you been in Greece now?
I think 19 months.
19 months.
Yes.
And how long did you spend in the camp, and how long did you spend on the outside?
I live in the camp for 6 months in Moria, and to Pikpa, and we are living in the old Karatape now. And maybe 2 or 3 months in the city, in the house of the Mr. Michal, the Stand By Me organization. Yes.
So you were moved. You said earlier that when you were in the camp, you faced a lot of discrimination from other asylum seekers and he broke your hand. Do you want to share some more about that?
The asylum seeker and UNHCR don't work anything for me, don't transfer me in Moria. I said we lived in the forest, a small tents without the pallets, and the weather was raining, and we don't have anything there, but one son named Amir helped us, and we meet to Mr. Michalis, and they transfer us in a city until the duty man help us and bring us to the Pikpa after 3 or 4 months.
So I would like to open up and ask if anyone has any questions to ask Marjan. You can either ask them in writing in the comment field, or I can unmute you and you can ask it yourself. Yes. So Victoria has a question. Feel free to ask it.
Yes, thank you very much, Marjan, for
You're not unmuted.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So
we can't hear you, Victoria.
Oh, we can't hear you. Oh, okay. I don't know. You don't hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
I don't know why.
Try one more time.
Okay, I'll try one more time. You hear me now?
Yes.
So thank you, Marjan, very much for these stories and how your situation is there. And I wanted to tell you, we are a small group of women from Austria and Germany who have established a voluntary working group, and we would very much like to support especially women and children. But we are not sure what is the best way to do it. What is the best way to strengthen you, especially as we can't be there locally, but from far away. And we were thinking about giving children and women a voice to tell, like you did today, that we could open some kind of channel. But is there something else that you really wish during that time that you are in the camp, what we could, how we could support you in a good and efficient way?
I ask, please say it and say us to UNHCR, the women and the children and the small children. Please leave quickly in the camp, because they can't stay there. There is very bad situation for women. The women make the میخوام بگم که زنها از نظر روحی آسیب‌های خیلی شدیدی می‌بینن. Every woman in the camp have a mental problem because they don't have the any security. بخوام بگم امنیت جنسی ندارن. Because yes, they have a lot of rape in women, in children in the camp, and the police don't help them because is there a lot of people in the camp, and the police is a few, and they can't control their all people. Please ask to UNHCR and help to women and especially children. Maybe they have a lot of women have the mental problem. They have the are sick and they need the help. They can't leave them in the camp, in the house, in the another camp. But the here government delete the good camp, same pick up and make a new camp. That was so bad for the refugees here. The زنان آسیب پذیر چی میشه؟ خیلی سخته نمیتونم بهم آروم بگم. For example, if I have an appointment for psychologists and police don't let us to go out. We need a promotion. We need a letter for the go outside and for visit the doctor in hospital or in psychologist. Do you have another question? Excuse me, I can't speak English very well. Do you want to sit here and ask him?
No, it's okay.
Okay, I can read
it. I have a question.
Yes.
I can say both in Farsi or English. If you have a choice again, if you didn't go to Greece, if you have choice again to choose to become asylum seeker, you will choose again this way or not? اگه انتخابی داشتین که دوباره این راه رو انتخاب میکردین، باز انتخاب میکردین که برین یونان و پناهنده بشین؟
ببینید ما تو موقعیتی قرار گرفته بودیم، ببخشید که فارسی میگم چون فارسی خیلی برام راحت‌تره. ببینید اگر ما قدرت انتخاب داشتیم، یعنی در موقعیتی قرار گرفته بودیم که اصلا قدرت انتخاب نداشتیم و باید سریعا اونجا رو ترک میکردیم. ما اصلا نفهمیدیم که یهویی چجوری شد سر از اینجا در آوردیم، چون ما در موقعیتی بودیم که فقط تونستیم به یک قاچاقبر اعتماد کنیم که ما رو انتقال بده به یک جای امن و یهویی به ناگهانی دیدیم که ما اینجا هستیم و دیگه قدرت تصمیم گیری نداشتیم. اکثر کسانی هم که میان اینجا دقیقاً با برنامه قبلی نمیان اینجا، همشون میان اینجا و تازه میفهمن که مثلا همه از اون خطراتی که داشتن پناه بردن به یک نفر که اینا رو به یک جای امن منتقل کنه و خود اون مثلا قاچاقبرا یهویی اینا رو مثلا میارن میندازن توی در واقع سیاهچال، چون به خاطر اینکه به هر حال اینجوری براشون مغروم به صرفه است. ما مشکلمون اینه، ما میخواستیم از اون شرایطی که درش بودیم فقط میخواستیم نجات پیدا کنیم که بتونیم بریم یک جای امن و این قاچاقبر بود که اینجا رو برای ما انتخاب کرد. یعنی قطعا اگر من میتونستم مثلا قدرت انتخاب داشتم یا قدرت ترانسفر به یک جای بهتر داشتم، خب هیچ وقت یونان رو انتخاب نمیکردم، چون یونان کشوری نیست که بتونه از عهده این همه پناهجو بر بیاد با من.
And then please in English.
خیلی سخته مریم. شما میتونین ترجمه کنین لطفاً حرفای من رو.
Yes, I try my best. She says that when we came to Greece, we didn't have any other option. It was an emergency case. We didn't choose to come. We just gave money to the person to take us to a safe place because we didn't feel safe anymore in Iran, to stay in Iran. So actually we didn't choose to come to Greece. Just it was an emergency case and we didn't have any other option. We didn't know any other way. We came here and then we faced that how can be hard living in camps, refugee camps, and surviving here as a refugee.
All right. So I have another question in the chat, so I will just read it up. So, hello, I want to ask if you just turned to Christian religion after you came to Europe, or if you were already a Christian in Iran. If you were Christian in Iran, which specific discriminations and problems were you facing? And how do you see other Iranian Christians live that they still live like in Iran? Thank you.
انگلیسی باید بگم. Yes, all of the Christian people in Iran can't آشکار کردن چی میشه؟ experience their religion because the Iran choose one religion and Islam, no anything, and they can't go to church and they can't have Bible in on the house because they are the crime in Iran, and I changed my religion in Iran, but I don't choose Christian because I can't listen about the Jesus in Iran. I don't have any media, anything about this. But I don't like Islam, and I hate Islam because I saw the Islam is a violence, the religion, and they hit us, they kill us, and I don't like the Islam. And when I come to Greece, I went to church and I listened about the Jesus, and I gave the Bible, and I go to church for a Bible study every time, every day, and I love Jesus now, and I changed my religion to his.
So does that mean that you converted after you came to Greece?
Yes, می‌خواستم ولی امکاناتش ندارم. Yes, yes, I want, but because in the Iran don't have any place for listen about it, and anything for study about it, and this. Yes, the changed religion in Iran punished with death. Every people know it.
Okay. So there is another question in the comment section, and it's from Medrick, which is saying, hello, Marjan. Thank you for the talk. I have a question. Can NGOs help, and are NGOs helping women in the camp? If yes, how are they helping until they proceed to leave the camp? So there's several questions here.
Maybe methodersi and duty-more is help to women, but I don't know. I meet them the accidents, the duty-more, and they help me and they transfer me in the Pikba camp. But the woman can't speak about her problems in the because they fear the another man rape them or hit them, and they can't speak about it.
And so there's, is there any NGOs that would be able to help with this, or any type of activity inside the camp that could also
yes,
for
yes,
women?
it's but that is not enough for a lot of women.
Is it, in what ways are they helping? Is it a psychologist, or is there other activities? Can you share some on that?
Yes, psychologists can help them, and they need a good place, a security place. They need just only the security place,
a safe place where
yes.
they can come.
Yes.
So women can come, or how do you see this? Is it women to come and discuss together, or what would you like it to be? If you're going to create an activity in the camp now and create a safe space for women, what do you think would be good?
No, they leave the safe place, because maybe they live in the safe place. They don't have the problem. They can live every day until they official documents to be and the results come. But because they don't have the safe place, and it's very difficult for them, they have another problem, a big problem, and they will be the mental problem and so many problems.
And that's what I mean, because right now you have a lot of women inside the camp who can't leave. Like, they are still in the camp, they didn't receive a decision, they have not been transferred, they're not in a safe space. So to create something, a place for them, for the time that they still have to stay in the camp, what type of place would that be, you think? By the way, we also have a translator here, so that's who she is talking to when she turns around, but she didn't want to be on the video.
Yes, they need two more psychologists because the psychologists don't have enough time for them. There are so many women.
Excuse me, I have a suggestion, I have a comment. I am an Iranian psychologist that I live many years in Europe. I can maybe offer some psychological service. For example, As I heard, there are many problems, especially for women facing many mental problems for the conditions they have in the camp. So maybe it's a good idea to offer, if I don't know if they have access in the camp to internet, if I can offer, for example, once a week, twice a week, some psychological sessions and consultation for the refugees online by Zoom program or any other program that can help them.
So actually, By Me Lesvos, we have a platform called Distance Learning Server. I will just share it on the screen now. I can connect you onto the other teams of psychologists there if you would like. So it's actually a distance learning platform, and you come in and you sign up and you fill out the form, and it will give you access to psychological professional assistance for coping mechanisms in the everyday. It will give you access to legal advice as well as online classes. So this is now actually being shared around the camp. It was just finished recently, but if you would like, then I would love to connect you to the team of psychologists that we have and tell you more about how they're working in private.
Yes, sure. I would be happy to help.
And does anyone have any other questions? Okay, then I will connect on Michalis that wanted to say a few words. He's the director of By Me Lesvos, and he was also aiding Marjan when she needed it. And it's Easter, so he would like to say a couple of words.
Thank you very much to be here. I'm very happy to see that many friends, good friends that joined to us at this Saturday meetings. I have to tell you that in the camp, at Moria camp, at New Karate camp, we have a kind of war. Two things we have to improve. The first, it is the situation for the women, for the children, to make better people not suffer. This is the first. But the second, it's equal important to give to these people the second chance to restart their lives. And this restart can be done only from education. This is the reason for Stand By Me. Education is the first priority. We work very hard to make, and next week we'll put 2 buses inside, transformed in the classes, and the education will start. I'm not tired to tell to every time that education is the only solution for the most complicated problems. And also for refugee problems, education, it is the solution. So if we let them give the opportunity to learn, to start work again, to earn some money, to have the opportunity to feed their families and restart their lives, this will be ideal for them. I just see that some new friends came. Do you want to continue? Thank you for listening to me. I think the psychologist from Sweden is joined.
No, she's not here. So I will ask again if anyone has any questions. If not, yes, Eva, you're welcome.
Hi. I have 2 questions. One is, I hear about these different zones in Moria, green, blue, yellow, red, whatever. And I thought that there is a zone that is for women and children, especially to keep them safe. Is that how it works? Or and the other question would be after what your head of Stand By Me Lesbos just said about schools. I mean, we are also a group that are just starting to try to help in the camp, and especially children with schools. And if there's anything one can do from here to support this projects with the schools, that would be very great to hear.
No, it's not different from the family. I don't know why they make the difference, but it's not different together.
There is no zone for women.
No.
It's all mixed.
For single woman, single woman is a big tent, and they live together.
But in the same, but then in the next tent there is a man again.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Maybe in the small tents, 4 family with 4 or 8 women live together.
But also it depends which camp we're talking about. If we're talking about Old Moria was divided by numbers and also additional zones. In the new camp, we have color-coded system, and in Karatepe, the refugee camp, not the reception identification center, but the refugee camp, it's also a different system again. So it depends which camp we're talking about.
The old Karatepe is very better than another camp.
Yeah. So
the old Karatepe has everybody, every family have a one ISO box, and they are they are live جدا از دیگران چی میشه separate, but in the new camp, the all family, maybe 2, maybe 4 family, maybe 3 family, 3 big family live together in the one tent.
Oh, good. Is the old camp the one that burned down?
So the old camp is the one that burned down.
And there are still houses left? And there's still people living?
No, old Moria, old Karatepe.
Yeah, so there's 3 different camps in discussion here now. So there is the old Moria, which burned down. And then as you also had old Moria, you also had Karatepe camp. And Karatepe camp is still there. So Moria is a reception identification center. That's where asylum seekers go. Whereas with the Karatepe, that's where refugees go. And that area structure still exists. And right next to this area, also in Karatepe, that's where they constructed the new camp. So there's 3 camps in question.
Okay.
This is the reason for the confusion, because depending on which camp you talk about, it will be different.
Yeah, because I also heard like Moria 2 and Moria 3, and I never know what is what. Karatepe 1 and Karatepe 2 and Moria 3.
So Moria 2 is the new structure, which is put up right next to the old Karatepe camp, but the old Karatepe camp is still there. So that's Karatepe camp.
And that's where you are. That's where you live, no?
Yes.
Okay.
And the new camp, the formal name of it is Mavrovoni, so which is the Greek way of saying Black Mountain, because Karatepe means Black Mountain and Mavrovoni means Black Mountain. Karatepe is Turkish, Mavrovoni is Greek, but it's right next to each other. Karatepe, old camp, still stands, refugee camp. New camp after the fire, Mavrovoni or Moria 2, just to avoid confusion.
Okay, and all these organizations like Moria, Corona Awareness Team, and the White Helmets, and all these organizations, where are they?
In the new structure.
Okay.
We're in the old structure, the one that burned down, and now in the new one. They're asylum seekers.
And the Wave of Hope school, what is the same? Also in the new?
Yeah.
So they're all in the new one. Okay.
Yeah.
Difficult. So what can one do to support this idea with the schools? Because I also believe that this is the thing, the key to the future of the kids.
Would you like to answer what you can do with the idea of schools and how to support it? Would you like to answer?
Okay. Hi again about school. The problem with the new government, there is no school at all. Only few tents, few people make some we plan, and after the umbrella of UNHCR, because it is responsible for education, we bought 2 old buses, we transport to the classes, and we'll put it inside, we'll put it next week inside the camp, and we'll start the learning there. You can support with materials.
Oh.
We need materials, we need education equipment, and all these things that we need a school. You have the email of the Stand By Me. Please send me an email, and I will explain exactly the needs of the education, and transparently with invoices, with photos, we can set up a system that you can support the small classes that will start next week.
Have you got whiteboards in these buses?
We will put. We have the 4 whiteboards to put it on the. But we need projectors. We install also Wi-Fi. So internet, you know, internet is very important for the education in our days.
Have you got internet there in this area?
Yes, we set up internet. We take the connection from outside the camp, and with antennas, with dishes, we'll transfer the internet from outside inside to our students to have internet.
Okay. And then you would, the teachers would write on the whiteboard, because I saw on the list already pens for whiteboard, so I was wondering. And,
yes.
And you would beam the content of the lectures on the whiteboard?
Yes.
And the kids do the homework still on paper, or they do it with smartphones?
We give to the children notebooks and pens to make notes, and of course we make photocopies for the exercise, for homework, and these things.
So I can send some videos after the meeting, and then I can go over the details.
So you can print. You have a printer. You can print.
I will go over all the details with you after.
We'll do it many years. We have a big experience educating refugees, because this is our target. We do it in very bad condition in Moria, just under the tree, and we'll continue to do it as better as we do. We have the experience, we have the knowledge, and we have the willings, and we have the supporters.
And the kids are from which age? All ages, from 1st to 10th grade, or?
No, I will go over all of this with you after, because I would like to remain focused on Marjan, so that we can continue that. So everything with education, I can explain to you and show you pictures and videos and go into depth about how we do it. So right now
I have a question to Marjan.
Go ahead.
May I ask? Hi, thank you for organizing this meeting. My name is Magda. I am a journalist from Poland, and I was a few minutes late, so forgive me if you already talked about it, but I wonder, can you say a little bit about the biggest challenges that you have as a refugee woman from Iran, from religious minority because you are a Christian, and today we have it's like a day before Easter, and I wonder, how do you feel right now?
They have a very difficult situation for go to the church. They make a church in the house. Maybe some Christian in the one city make a house, a prayer house, and they come together in the house and pray every Sunday, but it's very difficult because maybe they never tell to the police and make the problem for them. And they can take the Bible with the U version, the Bible electronic, but every site is filtered in Iran for the Christian people, and they don't have any situation for listen about Jesus and another things, and their family is in front. The people change their religion. Say my mother doesn't have the good feel about me because I changed my religion. It's very difficult in Iran speak about the Jesus, speak about the Christian, Bible study and another things. If many people change their religion, we have to keep secret this.
And there is a lot of people like you in the camp?
Yes. Here there is very difficult. I know so many Afghan people live there and they like to listen about Jesus, but their family and another people don't let to them to go to the church here in the Giris. Don't let them to go to church and go to the online class and another things. They have problem yet here.
Okay, so sorry, but I'm not sure if I understand correctly. So do you have any place that you can pray in a camp?
No, we don't have any place for prayer in the camp, but outside we have a peace house, a small house. The people of German make for us there, and we go before Corona. We went to there and pray and study about Bible and Jesus.
Excuse me, maybe I can help for clarification. شما گفتین که چرا اجازه ندارن که عقایدشون رو ابراز کنن حتی توی یونان و آزادانه کنن. Maybe I can translate why they cannot talk about their opinion, their religion, even in Greece. Yes.
خواهم برای شما توضیح میدم. خواهش میکنم اینو براشون توضیح بدید. خیلی ممنون میشم از شما. میگم من تو مکالمه انگلیسی خیلی مشکل دارم. ببینید اینجا همه فکر کنید پارسال موریا ما 30,000 نفر کنار هم زندگی میکردیم. یعنی توی این 30,000 نفر 2-3 هزار نفرش افغان ها بودن. اینا ما همه دوست داشتیم. خب همه فکر کنیم توی چادری زندگی میکردیم که به جز من 3 تا خانواده دیگه هم زندگی میکردن و اونا افغان بودن و خب عقاید خودشونو داشتن و
Excuse me, I can hold here and translate. She says that we live about 30,000 people in the camp, Moria camp, with many Afghans families. For example, she used to live with 3 other Afghan families. And she says that Afghan families, they are Muslim, they have their own attitude about Islam. They are very tough, religiously tough people. So بقیه‌شو بگین.
ببینید خب میدونید مسلمانان خیلی ها عقیدهشون اصلا اینه کسی که از اسلام برگرده و به دین قبل از اسلام بره، اسلام آخرین دین میدونن، برگرده بره مجازاتش چون مرتد شده مجازاتش مرگه. و اینا پیش
And they believe, for example, other Afghan Muslim that they live in the camp, they believe that whoever came out from Islam is a kafir and should die. They think that she or he deserve to die because convert from Islam to other religion. Yeah.
و اینا فکر میکردن که مثلا ما رو مثلا اذیت بکنن، ماها آدمای نجسی هستیم. یعنی دقیقاً اون افرادی که با من توی خیمه زندگی میکردن عقیدهشون این بود که من نجس شدم، از دست من غذا نمیگرفتن. حالا کار ندارم، خیلی آزار و اذیت میکردن که شاید من دوباره برگردم به اسلام.
They trying to push her to change again, to change her religion, and they think that they should not interact with her, and they treat her like badly because she's not Muslim anymore.
بر مثال من کتابم رو توی چادر که میذاشتم خارج میشدم برمیگشتم میدم کتابم نیست، مثلا کتاب مقدس هم نیست.
They did some for example stealing her Bible and try to push her to come back again to Islam. This is common among some Afghan families because they are very tough in their religion. For example, Iranian are not that much tough in their religion, but Afghan people are more tough and they don't like if somebody convert from Islam to other religion.
و همین قضیه باعث شد، همین اختلافات باعث شد که میگم به من حمله کردن و دست منو شکوندن و من
So they attack him, some people attack him for this reason and break her hand. I think it's enough. This is the reason that she cannot express herself and her religion in the camp when she was living with very tough religious people around.
ببینید من بارها از یورولیف خواهش کردم که حداقل مسیحی‌ها رو تو یک چادر نگه دارید یا مثلا دیگرون رو، مثلا اونایی که اینجوری با هم دیگه اختلاف چیز دارن مذهبی دارن رو جدا کنین، اما میگفتن این کار برامون مقدر نیست. من الان توی کم میبینم که این بنده‌های خدا همزبونای ما افغان‌ها هم دقیقاً همین مشکل رو دارن. کلیسا میان کاملا صورتشون رو میپوشن که مبادا مثلا همشهریاشون اونا رو ببینن و شناسایی کنن و توی کمپ اذیتشون کنن.
So other Afghan that convert to Christianity also when they come to church, they cover their face to avoid other relatives or family members to know them, to recognize them.
I have a complete other kind of question, and that is if you would have a wish to do something really beautiful, joyful, something that would make you happy, some activity, I don't know, singing together, praying together, something for the women, what would that be?
Amen. Amen. Thank you. I pray too.
میگن که یه فعالیتی که دوست داری، آرزو داری و ازش لذت میبری انجام بدی، چی هستش که میتونه خوشحالت کنه تو این وضعیت؟
همین خدمت کردن در واقع. الان هم تا اونجایی که در توانم هست این کار رو میکنم. اونا برای من کاری انجام میدن. فقط دوستان برای من دعا کنید که من بتونم بچه‌هامو توی کشور خوب بزرگ کنم. بتونم توی کشور بزرگ کنم که بچه‌هام حداقل به آرزوهاشون برسن، چون ما بعد از 40 سال زندگی کردن، درس خوندن و کار کردن به نقطه صفر رسیدیم، اما آرزوم اینه که حداقل بچه‌م بتونه به آرزوهاش برسه، توی کشور خوب بتونه تحصیل کنه. پسر من تقریبا 2 سال ما اینجایی هنوز نتونسته درس بخونه و مدرسه ثبت نام بشه.
She says she wishes she can grow up her children in a safe and good country. Now, after 2 years, her boy didn't have the chance to go to school yet, and she needs to have a safe place for herself and her children to let them have the opportunity to study and have a better life.
So actually we're running out of time, but I will make room for one final question for Marjan. Anyone wants to take the lead on that? Okay. Then
I would like to say thank you for your openness and sharing with us how you are going, and it's I will try to do what I can to give you support and talk to other people about it and collect support. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thanks a lot to hear me. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I hope you are our house, our voice, or the woman in Lesvos voice to work. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for you.
And thank you everyone for joining today to come and to listen. All of these events are created for the purposes of creating awareness, and thank you so much, Marjan, for coming here, and thank you for translating, and also to Sid for translating. And then I wish you all a happy Easter. So thank you.
Thank you, Marjan. Keep your smile.
Happy Easter to my Greek friends.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter too.
Happy Easter.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.